Guys, if you like Dragon Ball Hakai, today is the best day for you to subscribe to our Patreon. We started publishing about 3 pages a day of the next chapter of Dragon Ball Hakai. In addition, you will also have access to several other stories created by our team, including Dragon Ball Shinken. By collaborating with our Patreon, you help us keep Dragon Ball Hakai alive and have a lot of benefits. Become a member of our community too. The link is in the video description and in the pinned comment. I'm waiting for you there.
Comment now, hashtag Dragon Ball Shinken if you support when we bring this story here on the channel, and also leave a like on the video. If this video has at least 100 comments and 1000 likes, we will bring the full episode as a priority. Also, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss the full episode or other videos on the channel. Have you commented, liked and subscribed? So let's get to the story. Episode 44, The Dawn of Evil, Part 3. After revealing her special transformation that shows his true face and evil energy, Kusu warns Gogeta to prepare because now he will face Daishinkan's firstborn daughter. Gogeta does as she says, positioning himself for combat. However, instead of showing fear or tension, he smiles with excitement, telling her to do her worst. Kusu, with a malevolent smile, raises her hand and a dark aura begins to surround her, growing in intensity. Dark energy pulses around her, transforming the environment. With a quick movement, Kusu disappears from sight, suddenly appearing behind Gogeta. He, however, already anticipates the movement and turns around in time to block the attack with his forearm. The impact is overwhelming, causing an explosion of energy that momentarily knocks them away. Gogeta, wasting no time, launches a ki blast towards Kusu, who deftly dodges it, moving in for a counterattack. She strikes with a sequence of quick kicks and punches, each one packed with devastating force. Gogeta defends himself with agility, countering some of the blows and dodging others. The battle unfolds at breakneck speed. Gogeta, in one fluid movement, manages to grab Kusu's arm during one of her attacks, pulling her in for a direct blow to the abdomen. Kusu gasps in pain, but quickly regains her balance, spinning in the air and launching a sphere of black energy towards Gogeta. Gogeta crosses his arms, forming an energy shield to protect himself. The resulting explosion is enormous, creating a crater on the battlefield. Then, they both move forward at the same time, colliding in the center with a force that causes the ground to shake and the dust that rose up around because of the explosion to dissipate. The exchange of blows resumes, and Gogeta immediately realizes that Kusu is indeed a level beyond the other angels he has faced so far. Kusu extends one of her arms while wrapping it around a scythe of dark energy to attack the Saiyan with a sequence of cuts. To escape the fatal attacks, Gogeta makes his body turn into smoke at the exact moment the dark energy scythe hits him, as he saw Smoker do when he was in the reality of ninjas and pirates, and also as he saw the monster Hirudegarn do a while ago. After avoiding the worst attacks, Gogeta begins to fight back by forming a key sword in his hand to counter the scythe's attacks, thus starting a duel of blades against Kusu. Surprisingly, Gogeta wields the sword like a true master swordsman, catching Kusu off guard with all this mastery and managing to land some shallow cuts, which are only not worse thanks to the angel's dodging skills. Seeing her disadvantage in this type of confrontation, Kusu moves away while covering her recoil by firing multiple spheres of energy at Gogeta, who deftly deflects them all with his sword. Annoyed, Kusu undoes her scythe and asks how he can be so skilled in wielding swords if until today she only knew of him fighting using his fists. Gogeta says that Goku and Vegeta had the opportunity to meet good swordsmen recently, so he had access to their skills. Motivated by irritation, Kusu raises her evil ki even further. Gogeta decides to return to fighting with his fists and cancels the energy sword. Gohan is thrown back by the impact of Ram's attack, his body plowing through a series of rock formations before stabilizing in the air. He struggles to catch his breath, his eyes still fixed on his opponent. Her Her transformation seems to have an inexplicable effect on him, and he cannot understand why his body does not respond to his brain's attack commands. Rum slowly approaches, her presence exuding an irresistible aura. "Are you starting to understand, Gohan?" she asks, her voice filled with a mixture of sweetness and danger. "My power is not just physical. As the Angel of Beauty and Doom, I possess the ability to influence the minds and emotions of my opponents." Gohan tries to shake his head to clear his thoughts, but the feeling of being hypnotized remains. "Is this mind manipulation?" he asks, confusion evident in his tone. Something like, Rum responds with an enigmatic smile. "My appearance is not just for show. It is a weapon capable of destabilizing the concentration of my enemies, weakening them from the inside out." Gohan clenches his fists, trying to focus his energy again. He says no matter what trick Rum uses, he will win. Rum laughs softly, her laugh echoing across the skies of hell. She moves forward again, moving with an almost supernatural grace. This time, Gohan tries to block her attacks, but his movements are slow and uncoordinated, as if he is fighting a fog in his mind. Rum seizes the opportunity, delivering a series of quick, precise blows, each hitting a vital spot and causing intense pain. "You can be strong, Gohan," Rum murmurs, her voice close to his ear as she hits him with a powerful knee. But brute strength isn't everything in a battle. Gohan struggles to his feet, his body aching and his mind in turmoil. He knows he needs to find a way to free himself from Rum's influence, but he can't think clearly. Bulla exchanges blows against a group of enemy soldiers when she sees her brother in trouble. This brief moment of distraction is enough for the angel soldiers to surround her and attempt a joint attack from all directions. Of course, this is nothing for Vegeto's daughter, who disappears from where she is almost as fast as a teleport, leaving all opponents to hit nothing but air. She reappears above them with a globe of power that, when launched, crushes them all at once. After that, Bulla hurries to fly out of there. Gohan fights with all his might, however, Rum's influence over his mind continues to hinder his movements and thoughts. He is hit repeatedly by the angel's precise and cruel blows. This is about to change when a powerful beam of energy crosses the battlefield towards Rum, forcing the angel to quickly dodge and move away from Gohan. The person responsible for this was his half-sister, Bulla. Floating in the air, her aura shining brightly now revealing Super Saiyan 4. Bulla arrives at Gohan's side scolding him. "After everything you've been through, would you really be defeated by a trick like that?" Gohan feels embarrassed in a way and apologizes. As she approaches them, Rum shows some irritation, complaining about being interrupted. Bulla says that from now on, she will be Rum's opponent. Gohan disapproves, asking if she can fight an angel alone. Bulla says that Rum doesn't seem to be that powerful, excluding her weird ability. Gohan agrees, noting that Rum's overall power is not that much greater than Vod's power, who was the weakest among all the evil angels. Still, he insists that Bulla won't be able to defeat her alone. Bulla ends up giving in and agreeing. She then asks her brother, "Hey Gohan, go at once and look for someone who can help me in this fight." Gohan finally decides to do as she says and leaves in a hurry. Bulla moves forward to attack Rum, starting the confrontation. Already in the first exchanges of blows, the disadvantage of the Saiyan woman is noticeable. In another part of the battlefield, an uneven fight takes place between the angel Waynek and the two androids Super 16 and Super 13. Waynek's dancing movements, although bordering on the ridiculous, are perfectly effective compared to the robotic movements of the two androids, who have all their blows gently dodged or deflected amidst the angel's graceful spins. Such spins, while resulting in smooth dodges and defenses, also manifest themselves in powerful counterattacks propelled by the power acquired at the end of each turn performed in Waynek's true battle dance. Super Android 13 concentrates a huge amount of power in his hands in the form of an energy sphere that he throws with all his strength against Waynek. The angel's reaction comes with a spin followed by a kick that deflects the attack towards Super Android 16, who needs to use his arms to defend himself from the allied fire, being hit by a huge explosion. Waynek then counterattacks, spinning like a tornado of light towards Super Android 13, reaching the battle machine at a speed that makes it impossible for the robot to react and finishing his spin with an extremely powerful kick that simply shatters the body of Super Android 13. As soon as the smoke that surrounded him after the explosion of the energy sphere launched by Super 13 dissipates, Super 16 already sees Wynick in front of him, finishing a spin ready to land a probably fatal kick. At the last moment, Gohan intervenes, arriving as fast as light in front of Super 16 to block Wynick's kick, thus stopping the Angel's attack and saving the android. With his attack thwarted, Wynick retreats. Super 16 asks why Gohan intervened. Gohan says that he will fight this angel from now on and asks Super 16 to help Bulla. You are a complete machine, therefore you have no human feelings, right? You are perfect to help Bulla against Rum. The more blows are exchanged, the more Bulla finds it difficult to continue the fight, having all of her attacks avoided by Rum while most of her counterattacks hit her. At one point, Rum escapes a blow from Bulla and almost instantly moves to her back, grabbing her in a very suggestive hug. With the enemy's touch, Bulla momentarily feels her body weaken, and this weakening becomes more pronounced as Rum brings her face closer to the Saiyan's ear, speaking softly in her ear with the intention of bewitching her. Rum says Bulla must have thought she would resist her power because she is a woman. If this is the case, she could not be more wrong, as her charms work regardless, as they have direct power over human feelings. Unfortunately for her, Bulla counters by exploding her ki in a way that pushes the evil angel back. Rum asks how she is able to resist like this. Bulla explains that she is a scientist and has always preferred to adhere to logic and reason over feelings and pleasures. Even though it's not easy for her, her mind is somehow conditioned to resist this kind of thing. Their conversation is interrupted when Rum notices a beam of light approaching from behind and she quickly dodges, letting the attack pass straight through. That ray of light was Super Android 16, who stops next to Bulla after being dribbled by Rum. Bulla is pleased to see the ally that Gohan sent, because as this android has no human feelings, it is the perfect resistance to the evil angel's enchantments. It doesn't matter if my enchantments work or not, I will crush both of you with my power, Rum threatens, making her irritation evident. Bulla and 16 stand ready. She says she never imagined fighting side by side with Super 16, as his old version gave her a hard time when they faced each other in the past. Well, it doesn't matter now. Let's put an end to this slut angel, the Saiyan woman concludes. If you've made it this far, comment now, slut angel, and then I'll know who made it to the end. Also, like the video and subscribe to the channel if you didn't do so at the beginning. Remembering that the goal for this video is 1000 likes and 100 comments. If you can achieve this, the full episode will be released faster. If you can collaborate more directly with our work, check out our Patreon through the link in the video description and in the pinned comment. Or help us with a super thanks if you can only contribute a smaller amount. Thank you very much to everyone who got here, liked, commented, subscribed, and contributed financially. You are the true Saiyan warriors of this channel. A big hug to all of you and see you in the next video.